Title: The Whispering Woods. As the leaves turned crimson and gold, a heavy mist settled over Hollow Creek, a small village bordered by the ancient Whispering Woods. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the forest, claiming it was cursed. It was said that on Halloween night, the spirits of those who had lost their way within its depths would awaken, whispering secrets of their demise to anyone who dared to venture close. One fateful October evening, a group of 4 friends, Maya, Jake, Sarah, and Tom, decided to test the legend. Fueled by the thrill of fear and the flicker of their lanterns, they set off toward the woods, laughter echoing in the chilly air. As they crossed the threshold of the forest, the temperature dropped, and an unsettling silence enveloped them. They ventured deeper, the trees closing in around them, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Suddenly, the wind began to howl, carrying with it a soft, mournful whisper. "Help us! Help us!" it cried. Tom, trying to lighten the mood, laughed nervously, but his laughter quickly faded as they pressed on. Hours passed, and the moon rose high, casting eerie shadows on the ground. The whispers grew louder, more insistent. "Turn back, turn back." Maya shivered and suggested they head home, but Jake, driven by bravado, urged them to continue. "It's just the wind," he said, dismissing their growing unease. But the woods had other plans. As they ventured deeper, they stumbled upon an ancient clearing, its center dominated by a twisted oak tree with a trunk as wide as a house. The whispers transformed into anguished wails, echoing around them. They huddled together, hearts pounding. Then, from behind the tree, a figure emerged, translucent and ghastly, its face twisted in eternal sorrow. The apparition stretched a bony finger toward them, its mouth moving in silent anguish. "You've awakened us, now you must listen." The friends froze, terror gripping them. As the ghostly figure began to speak, they heard fragmented tales of despair, lost souls, misguided paths, and the darkness that consumed them. The friends were ensnared in the tales, visions of those who had wandered into the woods, never to return flashing before their eyes. Panic set in, and they turned to flee, but the whispers now surrounded them, leading them deeper into the woods. "Stay, stay with us," they echoed, weaving through the trees. The friends ran, but the forest seemed alive, shifting, and warping their path. Maya stumbled and fell, her lantern extinguishing as she hit the ground. The darkness enveloped her, and she felt cold hands grasping at her, pulling her down. Jake, realizing they were losing her, reached out, but the whispers intensified. "Join us, join us." Sarah and Tom screamed for help, but the forest swallowed their cries, drowning them in the cacophony of lost souls. They ran, their hearts racing, but it was no use, the trees seemed to close in, and the very ground beneath them shifted. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, the friends found a flicker of light in the distance, a small cabin, its windows glowing warmly. They sprinted toward it, their last hope for escape. As they reached the door, they turned back to see the ghostly figure watching them, the whispers now a chilling chorus. Inside the cabin, they found an old woman, her face lined with age. "You shouldn't have come here," she warned, her voice grave. "The woods crave the living. They'll take you if you let them." The friends, trembling, recounted their ordeal. The woman listened intently, then revealed, "Every Halloween, the spirits are released, searching for new souls to join them. They don't want to be alone. But you must not listen to their calls. They will lead you to your doom." With newfound resolve, the friends steeled themselves. They waited for dawn, the whispers growing more frantic outside. As the first light of day broke through the trees, the forest began to retreat. The spirits howled in frustration, fading back into the shadows. Finally free, the friends ran back to Hollow Creek, vowing never to return to the Whispering Woods. But even as they reached the edge of the village, they could still hear the faintest whispers in the wind, calling for them, longing for their return. Years later, on the eve of Halloween, the village remained quiet, but the woods still beckoned, waiting for their next victims, forever whispering secrets of the lost souls who roamed their dark, twisted paths.